back to my channel, and please welcome my friend Lisa.
Hi everyone.
It's the first time for her to be in front of my camera, and I'm so happy we finally managed to find a date to actually sit down. It took forever. Today we're going to talk about shift life, or I will answer some of the most asked questions. Surprisingly, I got a lot of people asking me about it on YouTube, on Instagram. Some people even sent me an email. So I thought I'd just wrap it all together in one video so you can watch it and I don't need to, you know, answer everybody individually. Maybe it's because of me being lazy. And yeah, she's the perfect person to be with me here today because you are going to embark soon next year. So excited.
I am very excited.
Oh my god.
So
I know
I
exactly
did ask
how
her
you
a lot
feel.
of questions in advance.
She asked me so many questions.
Loads of questions.
So I thought, yeah, I mean, you've already asked me all the questions.
I'm the perfect one to do this.
Exactly. In order to, you know, not just be like question, answer, we wanted to make it as a little mukbang. We actually didn't eat, so we're really hungry, and I'm really jealous because I will have to answer all the questions, so I will not be able to eat as much as you. We got some Asian food, fried rice, and a few spring rolls. I'm so hungry. How we're gonna do this is that I prepared some questions on a little piece of paper and put them in a bowl, so I don't really know which question is gonna be asked, except the first three, because I thought it's just a nice thing to start with to get this video started. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
I want to eat. Can I eat first?
You go ahead, eat your food. First things first. What was your position on board?
I worked in the excursion office, meaning I was selling all the excursions. I was also going on excursion, and yeah, that was just my main job. And everything that was connected, making sure that everybody would get in the right bus, of the right excursion, in the right language, and then coordinating everything. And yeah, that was my job. And honestly, I personally think it was the best job you can have on board.
And FYI, I'm going to do the same job. Then how many contracts did you have?
I did 3. My first one, I started in Northern Europe. I saw a lot of Norway, and then we went down to the Mediterranean. Then in my second contract, I flew to Dubai, so I was in that area, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Muscat.
That's cool.
And then we did a crossing through the Suez Canal back to Europe, and then up to Northern Europe, so that was really, really cool. And then in my third contract, I did a little bit of Northern Europe again. The reason why I was always sent to Northern Europe is because the majority of guests going to Northern Europe are Germans, and as a native German speaker, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
like
true.
all the German speaking people, you will find them in Northern Europe. And then I did a little bit of Mediterranean. That was really cool. We also covered Morocco, so that was like my first time in Africa. I was so excited when I stepped on the ground, and I was like, oh my god, I just stepped on African soil.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then I had the chance to open a ship. I don't know, maybe you guys saw my video of the party. So we were in dry dock in Italy, and then we crossed all the way to Miami, and then I had the chance to do the Caribbean, which was really cool.
So cool.
Oh my god, it was
that one of your favorites, would you say, Caribbean?
I would have never in my life thought that I would ever have the chance to go there. So yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful and such positive vibe, and the water is just
crystal clear.
Yeah, but the water in Phu Quoc in Vietnam, in some of those small islands south of Phu Quoc, is even better.
How did you apply?
So many people asked me this question, so I thought it would be really important to cover it.
Including me.
But she actually didn't even apply the way I did. What I did was I just looked online. I just honestly looked on the websites of the cruise lines, because most of them, when you scroll to the end, they have like a career link or career page. So I just clicked on that, and I looked through the different kinds of jobs and checked what was interesting for me, what I would like to do, what I'm qualified for, and then I was able to apply directly on that website, and that's how I got the job. That's how I applied. But there are also different ways to apply. I know you did it through an agency.
I did, yeah.
So how was that process?
So basically, excuse me. Basically, I went to this website. It's called All Cruise Jobs, something like that. And it has lots of jobs offers from different cruise lines, and you can just go through and see what suits you best and then apply for one of those. Eventually one of the recruiting agents from the cruise company will contact you. And this is how it all goes.
So was it an English site or just...
It is an English site.
Okay, so it's not like specifically catered to Germans or anything?
No. Okay. It has all of the cruise lines.
Okay. I also know that there are some countries where you can only apply through an agency.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there is no like general answer to that, because it always depends on where you're from, what cruise line you're also applying for, etc. So please note, I wanted to say that before but I totally forgot. I'm sharing my experience here, so my knowledge is not all the knowledge there is, so please excuse me when there are just questions I can't answer, because honestly for me on board there was not a day where I didn't learn something new all the time. So I was like, oh really? Oh, really? I didn't know that, and oh my god, that is so interesting. Every day, I'm telling you, every day there's something new you learn, because there's just so much to cover.
That's the good thing about cruise life.
Yeah, it's like, so at the beginning I would just like cover my job, and then I would like, you know, maybe spread out a little bit, learn about the jobs of other colleagues. There's just always something to learn. So y'all, I don't have all the answers to your questions.
You better bear with this girl. She's trying her best here.
Thank you. Okay, so now let's
start with these questions now.
Okay. Can I eat first? I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. How do you spend your free time on board?
Sleep.
Repeat.
Sleep, repeat. No, sleep, work, eat, repeat. I have this talent of being able to take naps whenever time of the day.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, so sometimes we would have like an early shift and I would have a break like at 9 or 10 and I would just run to my cabin to sleep. I could sleep in the afternoon. I could just, after my shift and we would have a crew party, I could just sleep around 11 for an hour and then go to the crew party. So I call myself blessed with that talent. And yeah, we would of course sleep. We would also have free time in the evenings. We would usually, not every day, but a lot would like drink, because just drinks at the crew bar are just really cheap. And
good to know that.
people would work out. I don't include myself in that. I tried, okay? E for effort. But yeah. During my more quiet phase where I didn't want to interact with people so much, I also read books. A lot of people would watch movies. You also have a TV in the cabin, so you could like connect your laptop or your hard drive or whatever to the TV. Fun fact, I never used the TV. I never turned it on even once. No, I never used it.
But I even thought like you can see the weather through the
yeah, that's true.
That's why you switched it on.
But I didn't. I just
didn't?
No, because every day you would get like a little program, like the one that the guests get. We get it as well, so we know what's going on, what time we arrive, etc. And the weather was indicated on there.
I see.
So even at home,
okay.
I mean, you
so
see.
That's
here,
different from ship to ship as well, then.
What do you mean?
Because like in some ships, I don't know if you get a flyer, but usually you see it through the.
Yeah,
TV.
I mean, so many things depend really on the cruise line. Like there is no general answer to all of the questions, because it really depends from cruise line to cruise line.
Yeah.
I have friends who worked on different cruise lines and they were telling me stories how it was completely different there. Yeah. So yeah, but it's true, you can see it through the TV, but honestly in the morning, I'm not a morning person, so in the morning I just wanted to get as much sleep as I can and just really wait until the last minute to leave the cabin.
Don't worry about the weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get 5 more minutes of sleep.
In Norway, no matter what, it's always cold. You always have to bring an umbrella. You always have to wear a hat. So, and in the Caribbean, it was just always hot. So even if it would be raining, it doesn't matter because we'll dry. Yeah. Like in the Caribbean, if it rains, you don't mind. Like it still feels
in the Caribbean.
good. Exactly. And then what else did we do? we would just like hang out in the cabin, yeah, watch movies. That would be the free time on board, and then free time on land, just sleep. And
sleep on land, sleep on board, and sleep on land.
No, sleep on board, even though the ship is docked somewhere. Eat food outside was like one of the things to do.
My bad.
So yeah, not too fancy, but at this pretty regular, I would say. Just, you know, do the stuff that you do on land as well.
Yeah. Okay, you go eat.
Okay.
I'm taking this very slowly, so you have some time to get some food in. Is there internet on board?
Yes. I don't think I would have survived without internet. Yes, there is internet on board. There's internet for guests. There's always also internet for crew. I had to pay. We had like social media packages, or one social media package. So with that, which that was the one that I was using, you just pay the specific amount and you use social media unlimited. So that was really amazing. So Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever, unlimited. Then the other one, the megabyte package, you can buy like a specific amount, 250, 500, 1 gigabyte, I don't know, because I never used it. And then you can like surf, I don't know, check your emails, watch YouTube. I never used it because it wasn't worth for me. In Europe, I had my internet from the phone, my 3G. So that's when I checked my my mails, and then I didn't watch YouTube. Yeah. I caught up on all the YouTube when I was at home. 5 months of YouTube.
Nobody saw me for 5 months then. Do you get time off to go ashore?
Yes, you do. Not every day, depends on the shift that you have, because it has to be fair for everyone. So sometimes you would get enough free time to actually be able to go out. Sometimes you wouldn't, so you would have free time but not enough to go out, so it wouldn't be worth it. That's when you would like sleep or maybe do your laundry or something like that. But as I said, it also depends on the shift. For example, once a baker, he told me, or I was told about their shift, how it works is that, for example, for like a week they would have day shift, so meaning during the day they would have to work, so they would be off in the evening, but they couldn't go out. Depends really.
Depends on the job.
But you do, yeah. Again, it depends on the job, but you do get free time.
Okay. How did your cabin look like? How were they assigned?
I'm so proud of this. I prepared a little something.
Oh, she is prepared.
Because the cabins, they're not like standardized in the sense that all of them are shaped the same way. It also depends on the ship size. So for example, in the first ship that I was on was like one of the older ones. I actually had a key to my room, right?
What do you usually have?
So I had a key and I didn't know any other way. So I embarked on my second ship, and he signed me in that I was in the system, everything, and he was like, okay, well, you can go to your cabin now. And I was like,
where's my key?
Yeah, like where is my cabin? This is the first time I'm on this type of ship, and where is my key? You didn't have a key anymore because your crew card was also automatically your key already, like in hotels you have nowadays, which is like so standard. But yeah, so that's how old my first ship was. I didn't know any other way than the key. I was in total in 6 different cabins. In my first contract I didn't have to move cabin at all, but then the other ones I moved. And let me just show you like a little bit how it looks like. I don't know, I hope you can see. Wait, focus. There you go. So this is my first one that I had. The bed is there, then closet, toilet, desk. Then this is the third one that I have. You can see it here. So it's like even shaped differently. And then this one, this last one, the 6th, was the last cabin that I had. Also shaped differently, bed, toilet, closet, and desk. I hope you can see it. But yeah, it really depends on, also depends on which deck. Except for one time, that one time I was on deck 3, but all the other times I was on deck 4, which I love. Most of the things are happening on deck 4, like crew bar and the mess and everything, and the exits and any offices. So you felt like I'm where things are happening.
Yeah.
I have friends like they lived on deck 7 and it's like deck 7 is like so far away. You feel so like away from everything.
The end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I always liked deck 4. Deck 3 was cool too. It was really quiet.
Now I'm interested which deck I'm gonna end up on.
Hopefully on deck 4.
Hopefully. How long are the contracts?
Again, depends on the job that you do. So my contracts were usually... Did I just spit rice? Oh, sorry. My contracts were usually 5 months plus minus, depending on where they would want to send you after, or depends on whether, I mean, maybe you want to extend. So that's really different. I had 2 contracts that were exactly 5 months, like maybe 1 or 2 days. And then I had 1 contract which was 6 months. But I also know that there are some contracts which are only 3 to 4 months, or some that are 7 months or 9 months, which I think is really, really tough. Just, you know, being away for so long and then you really work every day.
Yeah.
So
that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of my contracts, I felt it. I was like, I'm ready to go home. And just thinking that there are others who have to stay like 2-3 months more, it's really tough. But yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
So you'd say like 3 months is the minimum, huh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Otherwise, it might not even be worth it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, but sometimes, yeah, you can be transferred during your contract, or maybe your contract is shorter because they need you to transfer somewhere.
To another ship.
Exactly, depending on, you know,
where they need the people.
Exactly.
Okay, we have a few more here. Oh, this question is actually one of my questions. Which gadget or item would you have wanna... Whoa.
Sorry, my writing is so bad on this question.
What the hell? Even though I know it's my question, I can't even read this.
Sorry.
Gadget or item you wouldn't or would have missed?
No! Gadget or item you wouldn't want to have missed. There you go.
That's what I just said, right?
No. She sent me the questions, I think 2 days ago or something, and I was reading through them last night just to have an idea. You know, not just to sit here and be like,
I don't know.
Honestly, I think the thing I couldn't have lived without on board would really be my phone. Because I could have left my laptop at home, my camera at home, and I didn't. I mean, the rest was just clothes, especially uniforms, and then lots of shampoos and deos, but yeah.
Okay, so your phone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
and just because, why?
To take photos.
Okay.
To be connected. It was also my alarm, maybe my flashlight in emergency cases.
I get it.
A distraction when you sit on the toilet.
Okay, so there we have it.
I have a friend, she works on board, and whenever she sends me a voice message, she would be like, guess where I'm at right now? Sitting on the toilet again, because otherwise I don't find the time to answer your messages.
That's funny. Then, what is the best or the worst thing about ship life?
Woo! Okay, the best is definitely, I mean, the places you go to. But even better than that, I would say definitely the people. My current roommate, I met her on board. Earlier this year, I went to a wedding of somebody I met on board and became friends with. So that definitely is the best thing about ship life, because you meet so many amazing people. I mean, there are always difficult people, but I can for a fact even say that those were like the exceptions, really. Apart from that, you just meet so many amazing people with so many different interesting backgrounds, and you meet someone from the other side of the world, and you connect, and it's like, wow. So that is definitely the best thing. The worst thing, that's a really tough question. Maybe not worst, but something that I how do you say this? It was really hard for me to see how people were treated differently depending on what position they are what position they have, sorry, and where they're from. And I think why it affected me so much, or why that really stuck with me, is because I look Asian. There are a lot of Asian people working on board in lower positions. Let's say it like that, because I can't think of another word right now. But nevertheless, even if they're so-called lower, they're just
every job is as important.
Exactly. I mean, if you don't have anybody in housekeeping, nobody's gonna clean the rooms, and then yeah, that's a mess. Or if you don't have cleaners who, you know, always make sure that the public but also the crew area looks nice and clean, then like no matter what position you have on board, it's all part of a bigger picture. So all the jobs are needed. And so people would see me, and because they saw that I was Asian, or you know, that I'm Asian looking, they would be like kind of looking down on me. But because on my badge it said Germany, the moment they saw that my badge said Germany, no matter what position, higher positions than me or lower, they would, like, the moment they see Germany on my badge, they would look at me differently. That really stuck with me, maybe because I have kind of like both worlds. I have a cousin and her husband works on board too, somewhere far away, so he's gone for a long time of the year. And yeah, that kind of resembled. I also had to think of my parents, and I don't know, that kind of got me emotional, I guess. So
I get it.
Yeah, that was a long question. I hope I made it clear.
Okay, then what kind of jobs are there on board? A few you already mentioned, but
so many, I'm telling you, so many, like a lot of jobs I didn't even know about. So there are a lot of jobs that you might know from hotels, like reception, housekeeping, concierge, bartender, chef. But there are also people who work in the casino. I was so like mesmerized when I was like, there's a casino. Shop sellers, because of course they sell a lot of clothes, sweets, jewelry, shoes, etc. You also have a pool attendant, of course. Then you also have security officers. You have someone who's taking care of pest control. I would have never thought that. I mean, it makes sense. If you think about it, it makes sense.
It does.
But it's nothing that comes into your mind.
When you think of let's go on a cruise ship.
Exactly. Doctors, nurses, artists, a lot of dancers. Singers. So yeah, so entertainers, hairdresser, people who work in the spa. So many different things that I would have never thought about really. But
same for me. I was like, oh, there must be a couple of jobs, but once I looked it up, there was like
a shit ton of jobs.
Yeah, there was like all of it. That was crazy. Okay, and this is already the last question.
That was fast.
Did you eat the same food like the guests?
Guests were always asking us that, and I don't know why. But we don't eat the same food like the guests. It's hard for me to understand why we were always asked this question, but I wish you would have.
Yeah, you would have wished.
Yeah. I really did, because the food that we had was really not good. But sometimes I had the chance to eat in the guest buffet, and that was cool. Really a treat. No, but we don't. We also don't come in by helicopter every day. We actually sleep.
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
That's a surprise to me.
No, but yeah, we were always asked that. Like, do you also live and sleep on the ships? Like, no, we come by helicopter every day. 1,000 or 1,500 crew members.
Why not?
I wish. Or we have like little islands somewhere hidden.
That'd be so funny.
No, but we live on board and we don't eat the same food. All right.
Okay.
She ate all her food. I didn't, so I'm gonna finish this soon now.
I think this tells all of it. How hungry I was. You were quite hungry, but
I'm still hungry.
Just didn't have the time.
That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, answering all the questions for those who might want to work on board, and it was interesting for those who don't want to work on board. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Lisa, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy.
I come again if you let me.
I hope so, yes. If you want her to be in my videos again, let me know in the comments. I cannot wait. See you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.